In the bustling studio of The View, where opinions clash like thunder in a storm, country music legend Reba McEntire made her much-anticipated appearance, dressed in her signature sparkling outfit that caught the lights just right, exuding the charm and grace that has won her millions of fans over decades of hits and heartfelt performances. The hosts, including the outspoken Whoopi Goldberg, welcomed her with applause, but beneath the surface, tensions simmered as the conversation quickly veered into controversial territory, touching on politics, celebrity influence, and the role of artists in society today. Reba, known for her down-to-earth values and unapologetic stance on traditional American ideals, found herself at odds with Whoopi's more progressive viewpoints, leading to a back-and-forth that started politely but escalated with each passing minute, the audience sensing the brewing storm as voices raised and gestures became more animated. As Reba defended her beliefs, emphasizing unity and respect across divides, Whoopi challenged her on what she perceived as outdated perspectives, sparking a fire that neither seemed willing to extinguish, the other hosts trying to mediate but only adding fuel to the flames with their own interjections. The clash reached its peak when personal anecdotes were thrown into the mix, Reba recounting her experiences in the industry and how she's navigated changes, while Whoopi countered with examples from her own career, highlighting differences in their worldviews that seemed irreconcilable on live television. The energy in the room shifted from engaging debate to outright confrontation, with Reba's face flushing with frustration as she felt her words were being twisted, leading her to stand up abruptly, her chair scraping against the floor in a sound that echoed through the silent studio, declaring that she wouldn't sit there and be disrespected, her southern accent thick with emotion as she gathered her things, the cameras capturing every moment of the dramatic exit that would soon go viral across social media platforms. Fans watching at home were stunned, some cheering Reba's boldness, others criticizing the hosts for pushing too far, but one thing was clear. This wasn't just another talk show segment, it was a moment that highlighted the deep divisions in entertainment and beyond, with Reba storming off the set, leaving Whoopi and the panel in shocked silence, the producer scrambling to cut to commercial as the live feed captured the raw, unfiltered chaos. In the aftermath, speculation ran wild about what really happened behind the scenes, with insiders hinting at pre-show tensions and script deviations that led to the explosion. Reba later issuing a statement on her social media, expressing disappointment but standing by her principles, while The View's team defended their approach to tough conversations. This incident not only boosted ratings but also sparked broader discussions on civility in media, with pundits weighing in on whether such clashes help or harm public discourse. Reba's fans rallying around her with messages of support, flooding her accounts with love and admiration for her courage in the face of adversity. As the story unfolded, it became clear that this was more than a celebrity spat, it was a reflection of larger societal rifts, with Reba embodying one side and Whoopi the other, their clash serving as a microcosm of America's ongoing debates. Rewinding to the moments before the storm, Reba McEntire arrived at the ABC studios with high hopes for a fun, light-hearted chat about her latest album and upcoming tour, her team coordinating with the show's producers to ensure a smooth segment. But whispers of potential hot topics had already circulated, setting the stage for what would become an unforgettable television moment. As the show went live, the initial pleasantries gave way to deeper questions, Whoopi Goldberg steering the conversation toward Reba's views on current events, probing her on issues like women's rights and cultural shifts in country music, areas where their opinions diverged sharply, Reba advocating for personal freedom and traditional values, while Whoopi pushed for progressive change and inclusivity. The exchange grew heated as Reba felt cornered, her responses met with interruptions that she perceived as dismissive, her patience wearing thin as the audience gasped at the escalating tone, the other co-hosts like Joy Behar jumping in with their own pointed remarks, amplifying the tension. Reba, never one to back down, fired back with anecdotes from her life on the road, emphasizing hard work and resilience. But Whoopi questioned their relevance in today's fast-changing world, a comment that struck a nerve, prompting Reba to raise her voice in defense, the studio lights feeling hotter as the argument intensified. Suddenly, Reba slammed her hand on the table lightly, a gesture of exasperation, declaring that she came to promote her music, not to be ambushed, her eyes locking with Whoopi's in a stare down that silenced the room momentarily, before she pushed back her chair and stood, announcing she was done with the disrespect. Storming off the set, Reba's heels clicked echoing through the hallway as crew members watched in disbelief, the live broadcast capturing the door slamming behind her, leaving the hosts to awkwardly transition to the next segment amid murmurs from the audience. Post-show, social media erupted with clips of the clash. Hashtags like #Reba storms off and #View Clash trending worldwide, fans dissecting every word and gesture, some praising Reba for standing her ground, others accusing her of overreacting, but all agreeing it was must-see TV. Interviews with eyewitnesses revealed that Reba was visibly upset in the green room afterward, venting to her team about feeling attacked, while The View's producers worked damage control, issuing apologies and invitations for her return. This event highlighted the risks of live television, where unscripted moments can turn viral sensations, boosting Reba's profile even further as her music sales spiked in the wake of the controversy, proving that even negative publicity can have positive outcomes. As days passed, talk shows and news outlets analyzed the incident, with experts debating the line between robust discussion and outright hostility. Reba using the platform to reinforce her message of respect and unity in interviews elsewhere. Delving deeper into the explosive clash, the root of the disagreement between Reba McEntire and Whoopi Goldberg stemmed from a discussion on the evolution of country music and its intersection with politics. Reba sharing stories of her career highs and lows, from her breakout hits to her acting roles, while Whoopi interjected with questions about diversity and representation, suggesting that the genre needed to adapt more rapidly, a viewpoint that Reba countered by highlighting its inclusive history and her own contributions. The back and forth intensified as personal barbs flew, Whoopi implying Reba was out of touch with younger generations, prompting Reba to retort that experience shouldn't be dismissed, her voice cracking with passion as the audience alternated between cheers and boos, the atmosphere electric with anticipation. Other hosts attempted to diffuse, but their efforts only escalated things, with one commenting on Reba's conservative leanings, which she defended vehemently, leading to a cacophony of overlapping voices that culminated in Reba's decision to leave. As she stormed off, muttering under her breath about the lack of manners, the camera panned to Whoopi's surprised expression, the show cutting to break amid chaos, producers rushing to manage the fallout. In the immediate aftermath, Reba's phone blew up with support from fellow country stars, who texted their solidarity, while critics lambasted The View for alienating guests, sparking a boycott movement among conservative viewers. Media outlets picked up the story, running headlines that painted Reba as the hero or the villain depending on the slant, her publicist working overtime to shape the narrative in her favor, emphasizing her grace under pressure. Weeks later, Reba addressed the incident in a concert, joking about it to lighten the mood but underscoring the importance of respectful dialogue, her fans roaring in approval as she performed a song dedicated to perseverance. This clash not only reignited debates on media bias but also boosted Reba's streaming numbers, with old hits climbing charts anew, proving her enduring appeal. Whoopi, on the next episode, reflected on the event, acknowledging the passion on both sides but standing by her questions, the show seeing a ratings surge from the buzz. Ultimately, the storm-off became a cultural touchstone, referenced in late-night monologues and memes, illustrating how a single moment can dominate the news cycle and influence public opinion on celebrities and their platforms. Reba, ever the professional, moved forward with her projects, but the memory of that day lingered, a reminder of the volatile nature of live TV and the power of standing up for one's beliefs. Exploring the build-up to Reba McEntire's dramatic exit from The View, the segment began innocuously with talk of her new ventures, including her restaurant and TV shows, but Whoopi Goldberg swiftly pivoted to thornier topics, questioning Reba's stance on social issues that have divided the nation, leading to a spirited defense from Reba about freedom of expression and the right to differing opinions. The clash grew as Whoopi pressed on, citing examples of other celebrities who've adapted, implying Reba should do the same, a suggestion that irked the singer, her responses becoming sharper, the audience hanging on every word as the tension mounted palpably. Co-hosts chimed in, some siding with Whoopi, others trying to balance, but Reba felt ganged up on, her frustration boiling over into a declaration that she wouldn't tolerate the hostility, rising from her seat with dignity yet determination. Storming off amid gasps, Reba left the set, the live feed showing her disappearing backstage, leaving the panel to regroup awkwardly, Whoopi shaking her head in disbelief. The incident quickly became fodder for tabloids, with photos and videos circulating, fans creating fan edits that dramatize the moment, some adding music from Reba's songs for effect. Reba's team released a statement emphasizing her commitment to positive interactions, while hinting at future legal considerations if misrepresentations continued, fueling rumors of a lawsuit. On social media, the divide was clear, with liberals supporting Whoopi and conservatives backing Reba, the debate extending to forums and podcasts. In subsequent appearances, Reba alluded to the event humorously, turning it into a positive by promoting tolerance, her concerts selling out faster as supporters showed up in droves. The View faced backlash, with viewership dipping temporarily before rebounding on the controversy, producers vowing to handle guests more carefully. This episode underscored the challenges of blending entertainment with politics on daytime TV, where lines blur and tempers flare. Reba emerging stronger, her brand of authenticity resonating more than ever. Reflecting on the repercussions of Reba McEntire's storm off from The View following her clash with Whoopi Goldberg, the entertainment world buzzed with opinions, from talk radio hosts dissecting the exchange to online influencers recreating the scene for laughs, the viral nature ensuring it reached global audiences. Reba, in interviews post-incident, expressed no regrets, stating she values honesty over placation, her fans appreciating the raw emotion displayed, leading to increased merchandise sales and tour ticket demands. Whoopi, addressing it on the show, admitted the heat of the moment but defended the right to challenge guests, sparking further discussions on host-guest dynamics. The clash highlighted generational and ideological gaps, with Reba representing timeless values and Whoopi pushing for evolution, their confrontation a mirror to societal tensions. Backstage stories leaked, suggesting pre-show warnings ignored, adding layers to the narrative. Reba's exit seen as a power move that empowered others to speak up. Media coverage varied, some outlets sensationalizing, others analyzing deeply, but all contributing to the story's longevity. Reba capitalized by releasing a new single inspired by resilience, topping charts swiftly, her career trajectory upward despite or because of the drama. The View adapted, inviting more diverse voices, aiming for balanced debates, the incident a learning curve for all involved. Ultimately, this explosive moment reinforced Reba's status as an icon unafraid to stand tall, her storm off a legendary tale in TV history, inspiring stories and even parodies that kept the conversation alive long after. Wrapping up the saga of Reba McEntire's explosive clash and storm off from The View with Whoopi Goldberg, the event transcended a mere TV mishap, becoming a symbol of clashing worlds in pop culture, where country roots meet urban perspectives, sparking endless debates on respect and discourse. Reba, returning to her roots, focused on music and family, her public image bolstered by the authenticity shown, fans loyal as ever in their support. Whoopi continued moderating with her signature style, the show thriving on controversy, ratings proving audiences crave such drama. Lessons learned included better preparation for sensitive topics, ensuring guests feel heard, preventing future walk-offs. Social media kept the fire alive, with memes and threads analyzing every angle, from body language to word choice, engaging millions. Reba's subsequent projects flourished, her story a testament to bouncing back stronger, inspiring aspiring artists to hold firm. The View evolved, perhaps more cautious, but still bold in tackling issues. In the end, this clash, though heated, highlighted the vibrancy of free speech, even when it leads to storms, reminding all that from conflict can come growth and understanding.